So anyway, today I want to talk about gratitude as a marketing strategy. The other day, Sunday, I went to Mass, 5:00 Mass here in Pasadena, and the pastor during the Mass talked about his love of the Dodgers and how he was so disappointed that they worked so hard to get, and then they lost it. Darn Kershaw. And everybody's thinking that way. But, what he did say is that, baseball, like any sport, is entertainment. And this was a one-time event where they just happened to fail and they didn't make it to the World Series. But they had the best record in baseball. And shouldn't we be grateful for the 100+ games they won versus the one night that they lost, And a lot of us tend to place a lot of importance on complaining about what we can't control and complaining about things that don't matter as much as the things that do matter. And the things that do matter, we should be grateful for. When I came back from Las Vegas, I was out there for 8 months. And if you don't know my story, it's a long story, but I moved out to Vegas last September, or not last September, a year ago, September, and came back at the end of April, and I had a failed attempt at making out there with someone I cared about. Didn't work out. But when I came back, it's like, what assets do I have available to me? And that was, for the last 12 years, I built this EMP group of loyal members, some of which are still with me doing in my mastermind group, which, some people pay up to $5,000 a year to belong to. And they've been members since the beginning. So this 12 years. People don't belong to masterminds for 12 years. They just don't. But for some reason, I have 4 members who are lifelong members of my mastermind. And so I tapped into that as best I could. As soon as I get back, I want to get as the Blues Brothers say, we're getting the band back together. Well, I wanted to get this EMP group back together. And so I put on a reunion dinner at El Portal here in Pasadena. And we had about 20 people come out. And they were my loyal crew, my loyal members of EMP. And I tell you, when they walked through the door, they gave me such hugs and such love and exactly what I needed it, because I was, without going into detail again, I was torn down. I was ripped up. My experience in Las Vegas was not good, especially at the end. And when I came back, I was looking to rebuild myself. And what better way to do that than people who just love you and support you? And these are the people who pay me to belong to my group. But they come out on a monthly basis to learn, to get inspired, to connect, to share. And they just came out for this little reunion dinner, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. Just the bonding and the community that we have together over 12 years of spending time together. So I'm completely grateful for that. Now, a lot of people use the word grateful kind of like, it's a throwaway term. I want you to feel sincere gratitude for the things that, despite whatever problems you have in your business, be grateful for the things you have. Do you have customers that continue to do business with you? Clients, patients, members, whatever you call them. Do you have events that you can go to on a regular basis to promote? Do you have products and services that you can sell over and over and over again? Do you provide a great service that people compliment you on, that people thank you for? Do you have the opportunity that if you lost everything, you could start up again tomorrow and go with that knowledge or that expertise and try again? Because that's what happened to me. I had all these skills and expertise that I just couldn't apply out in Las Vegas. But as soon as I got back, bam, put them right back to use. Went back to my list, and that's one of the things, a little commercial message here. You might see the thing scrolling down the bottom about EMP Alliance. Our topic this month happens to be grassroots marketing efforts. And one of the simplest, most grassroots effort is communicating with your list of interested prospects and customers and past customers, because that's an asset. That's something that when you have an offer of some sort, some way, shape, or forms, an event, a product or service that you're offering, or just want to bond and share goodwill, share beneficial information with them, you can send out an email, you can mail a letter, you can fax, you can pick up the phone, and there you have it. That's what I had available to me when I came back. to Pasadena from Las Vegas. And again, extraordinarily grateful, because what if I didn't have that? What if I wasn't a smart marketer and I didn't do that over time? You know, my success in business being over the last 12 years, especially, I've been doing this for 20 years, over 20 years, but with regards to the EMP Alliance event, has been a grassroots effort of communicating and bonding with my list, sharing a little bit about my life, sharing my son, who is affectionately known as Mini-Me. He's now college boy. You know, it's like having a bonding element to connect with people. So I treat them like family and they treat me like family. And that, you know, you gotta be grateful for. So treat your customers, your future customers, your past customers, your current customers as dear and valued friends. You know, be grateful for them, because you could lose everything today. And as long as you have that list backed up, it's kind of one thing I did. I lost my list. I had to go back and ask my ex-girlfriend back in Vegas to send me my backup thing so I could bring up my list, but I had it. And even if I didn't have it, I know who they are, and I could pick up the phone and call them and reach out to them on the one-on-one level, find them on Facebook, and, you know, whatever way I could reach out to them. But again, the list is how you communicate, how you build upon that relationship. And again, whether it's email, whether it's by phone, whether it's by mail, whether it's in person, whatever it is, having that contact list, think of it as a mailing list, a Christmas card list, you know, to your dear and valued friends. And, you know, it's super duper valuable.